You should understand something as we go into this Chinese warfare, the war of your mind, the war for the window through which you look at the world. You have to understand how much of America, how much of American leadership is bought off. Who knows how many Democrats and Republicans are bought off by the Chinese? How many corporations are bought off by the Chinese? This is Congressman Representative Jamal Brownman. Brown man. His name's not Brown man. Isn't it Jamal Brown, Chris? I think it's Jamal Brown. Anyway, Jamal, here he was.
You know, Robert, I just realized something. Republicans ain't got no swag. That's why they want to ban TikTok. Republicans ain't got no swag. That's the problem.
Yeah, that guy's clearly bought off by the Chinese Communist Party. Why do the Chinese have TikTok here? Well, this Republican, Buddy Carter, laid it out pretty well.
Those on this committee, including myself, who believe that the Chinese Communist Party is engaged in psychological warfare through TikTok to deliberately influence U.S. children.
His name's Bowman, Chris. How did it end up as Brown man on the paper? And he's a black dude. Do you think we're going to get in trouble for this? We're going to get in trouble for this. His name's Jamal Bowman. All right, Bowman. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, quit. Shut up. Anyway, the TikTok CEO went before Congress today. In case you're thinking, Jess, you're just being a nutball. They're not collecting our stuff. Here he is.
Do any ByteDance employees in China, including engineers, currently have access to U.S. user data?
Today, all U.S. user data is stored by default in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and access to that is controlled by American personnel.
ByteDance employees in China, including engineers, currently have access to U.S. data?
Congressman, I would appreciate this is a complex topic. Today, all data is stored by default.
No, it's not that complex. Yes or no, do they have access?
Just pause. I love this. We've all used this tactic with our spouses before. Well, I think it's complicated, all right? Hey, Jesse, I see you got back from golfing with the boys. How many beers did you have? Well, look, hey, there are a lot of ins, a lot of outs out there. It's complicated.
Use your data.
After Project Texas is done, the answer is no. Today, there's still some data that we need to delete.
But we've heard already from the ranking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he goes on.
Congressman, I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us. We have not provided.
Well, you know what?
I
find that actually preposterous.
I have looked in. I have seen no.
Yeah, no, I've seen no evidence, but of course they do.
We rely on global interoperability, and we have employees in China. So yes, the Chinese engineers do have access to global data.
You have access to global data.
We have heard.
Not storage.
No, storage has always been in Virginia and Singapore. The physical service.
You have no access to storage, to American data today.
That's not what I said. I said.
So you do have access to American data, and you have storage of American data.
The American data has always been stored in Virginia and Singapore in the past. And access of this is on an as-required basis by our engineers globally. By engineers for business purposes.
By engineers,
this is a private
ByteDance?
ByteDance,
the Communist Party?
No.
Why? How can you say that?
This is
if they have access.
Private business. This is a private business.
Mm-hmm. And this might be my favorite part. This is the last one I'll play you. This one really might be my favorite part. Just think about that TikTok app you're allowing your teenager to have on their phone.
And they were going to follow individual American citizens. I ask you again, Mr. Chu, has ByteDance spied on American citizens?
I don't think the spying is the right way to describe it. Right. This is ultimately...
Well, I wouldn't call it spying. Look, we're not spying on you. We're collecting your information and manipulating the things you see. But it's not spying. No, not at all. Golly. When you combine that with the fact that we are led by the dumbest people on the planet, this is Jerome Powell.
The spending that's happened is working against what you are doing, right? So it's prolonging inflation?
You know, if you have to look at the impulse from spending, because spending was, of course, tremendously high during the pandemic, and then as the pandemic programs rolled off, spending actually came down. So the sort of fiscal impulse is actually not what's driving inflation right now. It was at the beginning, perhaps, part of what was driving inflation, but that's not really the story now.
We're spending about $2 trillion a year, more than we take in, and still printing money by the trillion, and that's not affecting inflation at all? Oh, gosh. The Chinese are so crafty, they've installed an app on your child's phone to manipulate their worldview, and our leaders don't think that spending causes inflation. Gosh, jeez.